You're listening to Archive Atlanta, a history podcast where I'll be sharing a story about the people, places, and events that shape the history of the city of Atlanta. I'm your host, local tour guide, and total history nerd, Victoria Lemos.
Hey everyone, happy Friday. This week we're talking about the Minister's Manifesto, which was a 1957 statement penned by local white Protestant ministers about the moral responsibility of Christian leaders to guide society towards justice and racial harmony. But it is about a lot more than that. There is a lot of discussion about school desegregation, which is kind of why this was written, the role that religious leaders were supposed to play, whether this was really progressive or a little bit too little too late. We're going to talk about the temple bombing, talk about a lot of things. A quick story about how I got the idea for this episode. So I had known about the Minister's Manifesto for many, many years, kind of had it in the back of my brain. But then recently I came across a new documentary that is scheduled to come out in 2026 called Oasis in Atlanta. And it's produced by Bob Shands, whose father, Otis Norman Shands, was one of the signers of the Minister's Manifesto. And weirdly enough, it's somebody I talk about on the West End tour in front of West 100th Street Baptist. So I've said this man's name many times, and I kind of came across all of this on Instagram, I think it was. And I realized that this is a really intriguing story, an interesting story, and I thought it would make a great episode. I am going to put a link in the show notes to the Oasis documentary trailer and website that you can follow along on when that's going to come out.